You just watched a live scene in my studio. I'm Tara, and you're watching Talks with Tara. Good evening, everybody. You're watching Talks with Tara. I'm Tara, and on tonight's episode, we will be diving into the world of thriller movies and how to produce them. I'm sure you have so many questions about the scene you just witnessed. However, have no fear. We have psycho thriller movie director with us, Noah Adams, who will be telling us her story, as well as answering all of your questions. Also, Mike Henderson will be coming to us live from his studio in Los Angeles to talk about the music behind thriller movies. But first, let's define what a thriller is. A thriller is defined as a genre that revolves around anticipation and suspense. The aim is to keep the audience alert and at the edge of their seats, and the protagonist in these films often faces a problem of an escape, a mission, or a mystery. Now I'd like to introduce you to my first guest, Noah Adams. Thank you for joining me, Noah.
Thanks for having me.
I'm so glad you're here. I hear you're releasing a new movie called The X, and the scene we witnessed is one of the scenes in your movie, correct?
It is, yeah.
Well, we're so excited to have you here. On today's show, we actually are going to have people tweeting in live questions from the viewers. All your fans are watching. I'm excited.
Aww.
But first, we're going to do my favorite segment called the Speed Round. So what is going to happen is I'm going to ask you a series of fast questions so we can just get to know you. Is that okay?
Yeah, awesome.
Awesome. We'll get started right away. Shocker or suspense?
Suspense.
Happy end or open end?
Open end.
Top 3 priorities in life?
Family, friends, freedom.
Favorite thriller of all time?
The Shining.
Favorite actor?
Jack Nicholson.
What makes an interesting character?
Their secrets.
Favorite time of day?
Either early morning or late at night.
What is a quote you like?
Never fear anything.
If you could share one sentence with the world, what would it be?
Live with no regrets.
Your hidden talent?
I'm really good at blocking things out when I'm focused.
Something you'd love to learn?
Patience.
All right, awesome. Thank you for participating in our speed round. We already have the questions flooding in from Twitter.
Great.
Let's get to our first question from Stacy Johnson. How did you create the scary atmosphere in the first scene?
Yeah, it's all about the lighting, actually. It's really important to have great actors, to have a good camera angle, but the lighting is what really creates the mood. And so the scene you just saw, we had total darkness with a spotlight on the actress so you could really see her facial expressions.
Yes, and I love the shadows it created as well. That was also really important. All right, our second question coming from David Mackey. What made you decide to become a director of psycho thrillers?
I never really chose to become a director. I have a really big passion for this type of genre. I just really am interested in dark characters, twisted characters, so I never really chose to become a director, it just kind of happened.
Right, and just like I, just became a host of a live studio show, that's how life happens. We have time for one more question coming from Lauren Smith. What makes an antagonist authentic?
I would say having a very strong personality. They're very sure of themselves. They never fear anything, and they're not apologetic for who they are.
Right, so kind of like a psychopath is what I'm gathering?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, and actually speaking of psychopaths, we have a video for the viewers explaining what a psychopath is in movies and in the real world. Check it out.
This is Peter. Peter is a psychopath. You wouldn't notice that at first sight, would you? Then let's have a look into the brain of a healthy human. Normally, we have 6 main emotions: joy, anger, grief, surprise, disgust, and fear. Inside the brain of a psychopath, it looks slightly different. Fear is missing. No matter if they are sitting in jail, sitting in parliament, or on an executive board, they all show no brain activities in areas related to fear. When a psychopath is torturing or murdering somebody, he's doing it because he enjoys the defenselessness of the victim and control over the victim. They are able to cognitively understand the consequences of their action, but they cannot feel it. They can't imagine the feelings of their victims, and they have no sense of guilt. You cannot understand how someone could ever act so cold-heartedly? Great. Congratulations, you are definitely not a psychopath. Approximately 1% of the general world population are psychopaths. This makes a total of 70 million psychopaths on this earth. In terms of figures, every one of you has already met at least one during your life. Perhaps there's even one or more psychopaths amongst you. You had better look around a bit. You might possibly like to change seats quite quickly. But clearly, not every psychopath becomes a rapist or murderer. A lot of them are quite successful in their jobs. Their recklessness, excessive self-esteem, and high-risk tolerance brings them into positions of power. Because psychopaths lack empathy and because they cannot feel fear, they are often able to assert themselves. It doesn't just have disadvantages. No, just kidding. Please be careful. When you assume there's a psychopath in your social environment, try to distance yourself from that kind of person as fast as possible. And keep in mind, they are quite charming, eloquent, and self-confident. But, most of all, calculating, ruthless, manipulative, and pathological liars.
All right, we are now going to turn our attention to the music behind thriller movies. I have with me Mike Henderson coming to us all the way from his studio in Los Angeles, live, to tell us about music. Welcome, Mike.
Thanks, Tara. So, hey guys. So, my name is Mike, and I'm the music producer for the thriller that you just watched. Sorry, there was something behind the screen. So, the music for a thriller is so important because it invokes emotion and just emotions like joy, happiness, fear, just any of that. And it's the foundation of all films. That's where, it's the foundation of the film because I'll just show you the clip that I show you.
Could you imagine what a movie without music would be like? Pretty boring, right? Film scores are very important for the movie. There are 3 different categories of film scores. Let's have a look at the first one. Paraphrasing. Here the music portrays exactly the same emotion as the visuals, but see for yourself. The girl walking through the woods is totally unaware of the danger ahead of her. Even with no music, this scene would be suspenseful. But since the music is full of suspense as well, it makes you feel the emotions of the scene even more intensely. The second category is counterpointing. When counterpointing, the music conveys a completely different emotion than what you see on screen. Let's have a look at the scene again, but this time with different music. We hear the music the protagonist is listening to. Although it isn't suspenseful and doesn't seem to fit the scene at all, it shows us that the girl isn't aware of the killer waiting for her. This creates a different kind of suspense. Let's have a look at the third category. Polarizing. Polarizing can be used when we see an image without a clear meaning. Adding music leads the scene into a certain direction and makes its purpose clear. Here it looks like the little girl is sleeping peacefully in her bed. Now let's add different music. This time, the girl seems to be in danger. We only get this information through the score of the film. The music changes the context of the scene completely. As you can see, music plays an essential role in movies and can be used in many different ways.
Mike? Mike, are you there? Do you know what happened to Mike? So sorry, ladies and gentlemen. We seem to be having a technical difficulty. Wait, Mike isn't there? He's missing? The whole crew was gone too? Well, how did we still observe him? Okay, everyone remain calm. No worries. We have not heard from Mike, our music producer. Okay. This is a serious technical issue. We don't know what happened to Mike. This is, we have to go. This is serious. Oh my goodness.